Morning. You are still setting up and getting in. I'll be right back. Uh, I'm missing Mr. J. Good morning. Everyone doing all right? All right. Where is Mr. J? Uh, and AnyDesk. Is there anyone else on the AnyDesk system? Do we know if that's up? Ah, yes. All right. Well, here we are, waiting for Jay. It's his EC2 system, so he'll probably be putting on. I got a tweet from him not too long ago. So he should be up, probably just taking care of family things. Um, I trying just to remember where we left off 2 weeks ago. Does anyone? Sorry, it's been a busy 2 weeks. Anyone remember where we left off 2 weeks ago? Yes, that sounds right. Close. Yeah, that does. That sounds familiar. Thank you. Um, like we were creating the picture or something. Oh yeah, because the the thing only works in the callouts are window based. It requires a .NET standard. That doesn't seem like it should be right. That feels like something we should be able to wrap. But hmm yeah. Mm. You there, Jay? Can you hear us? We can neither see nor hear you at the moment. Jay? There we go. We can see you now. Still can't hear you, but you're on mute. Can you hear us? Can you hear us now? Maybe? Good idea, Valentine. Now we hear you. Yeah. Do you have the AnyDesk server up? Same. Actually, which one is it? It's the 751? Oh, new one. Yeah, thanks. The user request has failed. Logged off. Did you restart the server? New server. It says waiting for the remote connection to accept. All right, there we are. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mob time. One word, and then GitHub usually gets the search. One word for GitHub or for mob time. Mm-hmm. That one. The first one. All right. Let's move to streaming. That one's up there. This one is sort of that. What are we working on today? It's the status. Code at pipelines. This is one. Language is C#. And we are mob programming, create PNG of pipeline. All right, I think we are up on Twitch, but the thing that we messed up last time was the that's weird. Oh yeah, sorry, that is not weird. That's accurate. That's better. And open up Twitch so we can see if anyone comments. I feel like we're doing better though. 12 minutes is like, I think, a speed record for us. Although I guess we're not technically started yet. All right. I can see the comments. I can see everyone's faces. I can see the code. What I can't see or test right now is, are we properly hearing other people when you talk? Because last time we actually messed up and we couldn't hear anyone else's audio. So what's the best way to actually test that? I guess we can do it through an iPad. All right, other people talk.
check. 1, 2, 1, 2, check.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. You guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Valentin. Can you guys hear me?
Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, check.
Hello.
All right, it works.
Got it.
All right, I think we can get started. Do we have a failing test? Any chance?
I think I'm on the wrong branch. we were working on
We were on a
pipeline net
branch. actually.
46, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So before we start, I have a suggestion.
Mhm.
I did some research and I was vaguely remember last time that you can actually use in .NET Core, .NET Framework NuGet packages if you ignore the warnings. So if you remember last time when we tried to import those packages in the regular project, we got some warnings. Oh, this is .NET Framework. You cannot use it in your project.
Mhm.
And if theoretically, if the NuGet package doesn't use any anything outside of .NET standard, it actually might work with if you ignore the warning, basically.
Okay. Let's get the code to the I want to try the idea. Let's get the code to the place where we're ready to pull it back in, and then try swapping it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that if that's a problem, we find it in one place and it's easy to change our minds. Our test working here. Jay, can you run the test?
Yep, they're running now.
Can we
Let's
set up
push.
the timer as well? We got it running.
What's our rotation?
Okay. I feel like 4 is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 20 minutes between time and keyboard. So that feels reasonable. All right. We are running the test?
I pushed the button.
Can you see it in a window somewhere?
Is there like an indicator or something?
Key bindings are screwed up.
Okay, so it's building.
So Valentin, I think you are driver right now.
Yes. So should I start?
Let's wait till we actually have a starting point before we start the timer.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're gonna run your whole time out before you get to do anything. Excuse me.
People come here for the highest quality content.
Okay, those tests passed. I guess that's good.
No, it's still running. So
Okay, good. We got a failing test. That's super helpful. Like, it was 2 weeks ago that we did this, and a failing test brings us right back to like where we were. So, we got this age going to a string as the parser. That looks like the image we want, and it's coming to the right place. are we, let's go look at that test. Are we done with this?
Okay, so I'm gonna take over as the, driver.
Yep.
And
Who's navigating?
think
Jay.
Jay. Okay.
Figure out what we're doing, Jay.
Okay. We open up the to-do just in case that had a clue for us about where we thought we were last time. It's in the root of the repo.
Control T. No. Root of the repo.
You can Control O to open file. That's one way to do it. Up one.
Oh.
There it is. No, that doesn't answer your question. What I remember is that last time we were like, we're so close, except we also have all these things we got to do. So I don't know. Let's see if we can do the things. We hard-coded. We hard-coded some stuff. So yeah, let's go open up the test that we were working on that is failing.
All right, so we have these inputs come in. We say verify as PNG as the input. That seems pretty good. Let's go look into verify PNG as input.
Yep. I approved the idea from the mob.
So we got a lot of starter stuff at there. Oh, line 30. That's a hard-coded thingamajigger.
Yeah, so we pre-installed GraphViz on the machine.
Using the NuGet package, right?
Well, we did use the NuGet, that's true. So we can maybe use a relative path here.
That makes sense. So the relative path would, approval test has a get nearby file.
Okay, where is that?
In path utilities. But the
Do
problem
we know
is,
why the test is failing?
what?
Do we know why the test is failing? Is it that hard-coded path?
We should go ahead and approve the
This is
result.
not failing. This is actually working.
No,
There was
it's
one
failing.
failing test, right?
We haven't approved yet, but we should because
Right.
we like the results.
We do like the results. So the test is failing, but the response that it's giving us is something we want.
Mm-hmm. Will you switch back over to Beyond Compare and see if we can approve in there? And if not, we'll use one of the other approval techniques.
Clipboard reporter.
If you right-click on the left image.
This one?
Yeah.
It looks like your mouse is in the other side, unless that's someone else's mouse.
I can't see your mouse.
Right? Yeah, there. Copy. Oh yeah, let's try that. But can you go to the other side and say paste?
No?
What?
The approved file is not found, so it's not created yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so copy.
Yeah, try copy and paste.
And paste where?
Right click on the approved side and say paste.
Nothing happens when I right click on the.
There. All right, we're gonna have to do it a different way.
So let's use a clipboard reporter. Oh, it's time to rotate.
What?
Sorry?
It's time to rotate.
Time to rotate. Tony.
Sure. So I guess, yeah, okay, thanks. Thanks for starting up the timer. So then I guess, can we try to copy the image from the receive side and then we paste it to the approve side?
Yeah.
Just Control C, Control V, and then paste it onto the approve side and see if that works.
Yeah, somebody has some mouse control.
I think that's me. Okay, so yeah. Oh, you do it from the command line, or CPI is a command line? Oh, that's cool.
What is CPI? Is that
Copy item. It's the PowerShell way to copy.
PowerShell? Like,
Yeah, I remember back in the day, it's still CP or copy the full word, but seems like it's a different one now. Okay, cool. So then I
so
guess
Tony, I
we
think you're
got.
still moving your mouse.
Oh, really? But I
Uh,
specifically remove my control of the mouse and the keyboard.
yeah, we're
No.
good now. Thanks.
If I move my mouse over the screen, I still see it in any desk,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't do anything because I have switched off the control.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's just the way any desk behave. Okay, so then can we run the test again and see if the test actually passed now?
Sure. I'll try to get those key bindings working while this runs. That's okay.
Cool. Another thing I find it a little bit odd is how come running tests in the Visual, not Visual Studio, yeah, in this CSAP Studio is much slower compared running the test on like IntelliJ Java or something like that.
well, I mean, you mean slower. So
Yeah, it is slower. Yeah.
the issue isn't Visual Studio so much as it is the C# compiler.
Oh, I
The
see.
cycle time, like the problem isn't that the test runs slow. The problem is to even run a test is slow. So there's like a 3-second cycle to run an empty test,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay. So I
All right.
think so that yeah. Go ahead.
So we're passing. Can you work on making that path relative?
Yes. So then I assume that by default it should recognize the root project, and if the root project is CSAP short pipelines, then we can remove everything from C, yeah, all the way to package. Yeah. In theory, that should pass as far as I can tell.
There is a box there to do that for everything, Jay.
Sure. Okay, I'll do that next time.
And it should pass. Oh, it failed. Why? It say it threw the exception. So it
Specified.
seems like okay. So then it sounds to me that the ta- the root that we thought that it is in the current root project is not the root one. So can you Control Z to go back to the previous place? Okay,
Let's
so
print out what the current route is.
okay, how do we print out the current? Oh yeah, the environment.
I think you can on path info. You can just say get absolute directory of dot and see out that. It's path info, isn't it?
Path info is the instance object.
Oh, okay.
Are you thinking we would do new path info
of dot,
and then pass in dot? Yeah.
You have to import path info. Is it not path?
Directory info.
Oh, there we go. Okay. And then dot absolute path or get path or
Maybe it's file info.
So the dot is definitely not a file.
Dot is a file. Everything's a file.
because in Java we have this like file object. I don't know if in C#
Yeah.
we have that file object or not.
Timer's up.
Okay. Cool. So then I will control the mouse keyboard. I will start up.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see what we got under file. Do
so new and then file.
no, actually just try file dot.
File info.
You can try that.
Dot.
dot get.
What do we got? We got directory name. We got path.
Full
No,
name.
we
Try
don't have.
full name.
There we go. So then how do we do the, how
Just say
come
CW tab.
CW tab?
There is a directory dot get current directory.
Oh, that would also work.
Okay, that work. Okay. So if we say
No, inside of the
okay,
console, right?
directory dot get current directory.
Yep.
There we go. So then I
Now
assume
you
I
have to
can
put text in front of that. So in front of that, put like a directory colon.
Yes.
So whenever we write anything to the console, it's just always good to put some static text that lets us detect that this is what we actually are writing.
Oh yes, that's
Run that
correct.
test.
Is there any hotkey I can run, or I need to go back to the
Yeah, but don't. Go to unit tests.
unit test? I mean, you mean this one?
Fourth
Or
tab.
the 4 tab? This one?
And only run this one test. So just hit the play
Yeah.
button. Because specifically we want to see the console output for this one, and if you, then you don't.
I see. So it is running.
So Llewellyn suggested I say this after last time. The CW expansion, I think I wrote the CW expansion.
Cool. Yeah, Jay used to work on the Visual Studio team at Microsoft.
Oh, what? Wow, that's cool.
Nice.
That is cool. Okay, so so it is saying source pipelines, and the current directory is the netcore app 2.1. So I thought by default it should recognize C source pipeline though.
Yeah,
That is odd.
this is really unfortunate because so let's Google really quick how to get the NuGet package directory.
But I don't think we will get the NuGet because theoretically all the assemblies should be deployed with the app. In our case, the unit test.
Actually, wait. There's another way to do. Go to the console right.
Console
On
right.
line 28. Okay, so just intentionally, just put a comment right now. Get the location of approval tests.
Yeah, the location of the test.
Okay, so next line, you're gonna say approval test. No comment. Just this is how we're gonna do that. So we're gonna say approval test approvals dot. That's fine. Just approvals
Just approval.
dot. How do you get? Oh, to get the class. Sorry, it's type of approvals.
Oh,
No.
what is it?
In front of this, type of approvals.
Oh, in front of
Delete
this.
yeah.
Okay.
Type of.
So, tie up.
Yep. And then in parentheses. A parentheses, not angle bracket.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then at the end of this, dot assembly dot
Time to rotate.
Oh, time to rotate.
Okay.
I think last time there was a very faint ting. Don't hear it right now. Maybe that's
You
desktop
restarted
is,
the computer?
muted. It seems that the audio is muted.
Oh,
Maybe that's blocking it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
the
the audio is
muted.
muted. Oh, am I not actually? Okay.
I don't think I can control that. That's
Control
odd.
mouse and keyboard. I cannot control the mouse and keyboard. Can you give me permissions for that?
Sure.
There we go.
How about now?
Yeah, when I click, it still looks like it's doing. Now, okay, now it's an option that was turned off. Now I can, yes.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm navigating right.
Speaker is off.
There is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like to enable the audio service? I'll say yes.
Change the sound scheme to none. Everybody should do this on every Windows computer, but right now, you should definitely do it on this one.
Here, no sounds?
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. And now we have a thing. Maybe that'll work next time. We'll find out. Okay, so who's navigating me?
It will be me.
Yep.
But in this case, you are navigating the driver, and now you're the driver yourself. So I suggest that you follow for your own suggestion.
Gets the location of the assembly. So I think this. Can I do a .var on this? Oop.
The end.
There we go. So we haven't. I think this code base is what we want, or is one off of what we want.
Print that out so we can see it. And Control UU will rerun the last test.
Okay, so Control C. So the Dvorak is what's hitting me right now. Nope. Control Z. Control C. Control V. All right. Control UU.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a keyboard with letters on it for just so I could figure out how to hit the control keys today.
Well.
Okay, so this at least tells us where the NuGet packages are, but this doesn't look like user administrator NuGet packages. Is that what we need?
It's a completely separate folder.
Okay, well, suck. Is there anything in the graph viz that would tell us, like, is there any class at all in the graph viz?
I have a question. So my understanding of .NET, so basically you have to copy all the assemblies that you need with the application. In our case, it's a unit test, but still in the location. So
That's incorrect. It is able to get assemblies from different locations.
I mean, if you have either from the, how is it called, the central location, I forgot. Anyway, but
you can have DLLs that you access from multiple locations.
But unless you specify a path or something for the loading, no?
No. So like if you see here, right,
Yes.
the .NuGet, we are loading the approval test DLL, and we are locating it from this location. This is not the location right now. So what you are conjecturing is not correct. It has the ability to load DLLs from across the computer.
Well, how does it know to load it from there? How does the unit test, for example, know to load it from there?
Jay, do you know the inner workings of the class loader?
I don't, and I'm not sure that Codebase is the right thing to use here. Will you try? Can we try assembly.file? Just like a file name, file path, something like that.
Get files.
Look for path.
Stream. No, we got code base, escaped code base, custom attributes, find entry point, evidence, full name, get assembly cache. No, is it cached? Is it dynamic? Location. There's a location.
Location. That's what we want. Location.
Control UU.
Mm-hmm. And time.
I still don't hear ping yet. Okay. So it's my turn.
That looks like we got the same thing.
Where's the code?
There.
Okay.
Instead of
No,
the
no,
assembly
sorry. The
type,
code is in class 1, which, is something we should fix.
instead of the type of approvals, you could use this .get type if you want.
This.
I was thinking that would give us the code here. What we still want is, where is the viz graph? Or graph viz.
Yeah. So can we actually get type on GraphViz and see where the assembly location is? GraphViz wrapper is the wrapper one. Is that? I don't know. Should we try GraphViz wrapper, which is the other NuGet? It's not the
Yeah,
GraphViz.
we can try that.
Okay. Yes. Dot location, I think it was.
Yeah.
No, sorry, assembly. Dot assembly first. Yeah. Dot location. Okay.
Seems to be unhappy with graph viz wrapper.
Can you hover over and see what's the error?
Only a namespace.
Oh. Oh, it's a namespace. Can you say GraphViz wrapper dot? Oh, I don't know what type was. Can you say GraphViz wrapper dot something? Graph generation. Okay. Okay.
This.
Yeah, try to run it, the unit test.
So the thing that we're seeing, the text we're seeing, it hasn't rerun yet. So it's just showing you the last run. Okay, that's better.
But that means it's collocated with the application itself. No?
Yes, however, let's go check that location and see if we also have the graph viz there.
Yes.
I've seen this pass at least for a large part before.
And the first part of
It's a
it is
debug.
still, yeah. So let's copy this and pull it to and open it in Finder and see, does this also have a copy of the viz graph executable?
Just the directory without the DLL.
Just the directory without the DLL.
Yeah.
So we don't see the thing that we're hoping to see.
Yes.
What is the name of the file we're looking for?
So if we go up to pipelines, and then we go to NuGet packages, and
No, packages. No, not NuGet.
yeah,
packages.
sorry, packages.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to VizGraph there.
So we need all these things because it has the
Exactly.
the executable and the DLLs.
This is the path we're trying to.
But
Sure.
this is the package path. We need somehow to be accessible from the.
We want to be able to get there from here. So there's two ways we could do this. One is we could just assume people are going to be consistent. Not the best of assumptions, but it's you'll hit maybe 50, 80% of the cases. The other is we can walk back until we find a packages directory, and then walk forward to find the viz graph. So one is we walk it, the other is we assume and take the relative path.
Okay.
We can try both if you want. What?
Yeah, it's time to rotate.
Let's try both. Is that okay with people? All right, so let's do the 50% quick thing first. So Jay, you want to figure out the relative path from one to the other?
So we're gonna wrap. Let's see, assembly code base. Let's rename assembly code base to the default that it gives you, which is location.
Sorry? Oh,
Click on assembly code base, the variable name. And it should be Control RR to rename. Assembly
Yes,
The
location
third
is
one
fine.
there.
And then on the next line, let's add path.get parent.
chat.
.get directory name sounds right. Yep. And how many of those do we think we need?
Of assembly location.
I think 4.
Okay, so yeah, sure. Put assembly. We're gonna wrap that 3 more times with path.directory name.
We can just do no. So you can just do path dot. Wait, assembly location is a what? It's a string, right?
String.
Yeah. So just plus onto the end of that the dot slashes. It's gonna be easier than what you're about to do.
Okay, do that.
So, sorry, say it again. So assembly
So right
location.
here, you're gonna do plus.
Jay,
Sorry,
something
Jay,
just went really bad with your sound.
Yes.
Sound like a robot.
Yes. Can you say that again, Jay? Try it again.
Can you hear us? I should have like one of those. We'll be right back. Technical difficulties. Jay, if you can hear us, try bouncing out of Zoom and coming back in. And if you can't hear us, maybe we can text you with the chat. Oh, Jay says go on without me. Who's driving right now? Can you pull up the timer?
I am. Okay. Yes.
All right. So just fast forward twice. The fast forward button up at the top.
Okay.
Or I'll just take for. Oh no. Fast forward twice. Yeah. So fast forward again. Tony, you're up as driver.
Sure. So let me control the mouse and the keyboard. Okay, so I start. Okay, yeah. So I think we go.
So on line 31 at the end, after assembly location, say plus, and then in quotes, it's actually going to say plus, and put an @ sign in front of this because we're going to use backslashes, and that's always annoying. In front of the string.
In front of a string?
So like on line 34, you see how there's an @ sign before the string? It says don't use escape characters.
Oh, okay. So this one plus sign, yeah.
And then you say, I think it's 4, so just say slash dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot.
Slash
dot dot
slash dot dot
slash dot dot slash dot dot.
That's it?
Yeah, let's try that. That's fine. I lost track. Put a parenthesis. Do a dot var. If you just right after it say dot var, enter, yeah. And that's now going to be in tab. This should be NuGet location. So let's say NuGet location.
NuGet location, right?
And then on line 32, print the NuGet location.
Okay. On line 32, print the NuGet location.
Hey.
Okay. NuGet location, right?
I would expect we're now in the pipelines project folder.
So if I run the test again,
oh, that would make sense. Yeah, but let's see if we got it.
Okay.
I need to step out for. It didn't.
not
Didn't
clear,
get us the fully qualified
but
name.
I could
Go back.
guess it is around bean locations.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Well, first of all, there's only
Do you hear me
4,
okay
though.
now?
Yes.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So
We
what
need
do
to
we
go
do
back.
next?
4, 5. So put 2 more, and then we need to actually get the.
If I go back to the class 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we do next here then?
You need to
That
put 2
string
more.
should be after the paren.
After this?
Should
Oh.
be after the parent. You mean what string you
Okay.
are talking
So
about?
he's saying on line 31, where you say path.get directory
Line
name.
31.
Line 31.
Well, then you're on mute.
Yeah, well
Thank
then,
you.
yeah, I think you are muted. Yeah.
So he's saying after assembly location, put a parenthesis.
No, there's already a closed paren at the end of the line, and the string or the dot dots should come after the closed paren.
But if we're gonna print this, that will just be that same path, but then with the 4/dot dots.
Yeah, so just
We haven't not executing it as or parsing it as a path yet.
So you mean like
paste it there.
paste it right here?
Yeah.
Does it? Oh, okay. This one is new. Okay, so Control UU then.
The thing that's going on is we have a path to a file name, and adding dot dot to that is nonsensical. But if you do get directory name, that takes the file name, gives you back just the directory that the file is in, and adding dot dot to that can work. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, we're still not getting the full name of the place. So in the line, or go back to the code.
Sure.
And can you, on the next line after 31 and a half? Oh, rotate.
31 and a half. Sure, 31 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're at time.
So what
Rotate.
do you want me? Oh,
Okay,
rotate now.
nothing.
Okay.
All right, Robert.
So I'm navigating, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I think if we did the math correctly, we can now build the GraphViz path by appending the packages GraphViz. So on line 35. Yeah. You can copy it from line 35.
Yeah, that's a good point. Copy.
You might want to call path.getFullPath on the thing with all the dots so that we can resolve it. We actually want it to say SQL and source pipelines. Right?
I can't follow you there, Jay.
Sorry, I'm having a really hard time handling copy and paste. Copy. Do you want me to do what Jay said?
I was not entirely clear on what Jay is suggesting.
So what he's suggesting is that this is a stupid name, and if we do a, let's just say better name, we can do path dot, or what was it? Directory.
Get full path. Path.get full path.
You get location dot.
It was path.get full path.
Path.get full path. Thank you. Path dot get full path of this.
Yeah. And now write better name. Yeah.
And there's a chance that this will work, and also there's a chance that it will not.
And we hope that it has resolved the dot dot, right?
Yeah, we're not sure if the dot dots are properly hitting the right thing. Oh no, but that did work. That's
Nice.
what we want.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to the code to make sure that everything is proper. Then we should be able to delete line 35.
I can't delete it. We still need to set it.
No. Yeah, so we assign this better name.
We cleaned this up a lot.
Yep. So I think we can get rid of the right line 33, and I think we can and give it better names.
What would you like as the other name?
I'm not sure if the NuGet location is actually the new get location. I'm not sure what NuGet exactly is, because I think what NuGet location now represents is the packages. No, the project folder. So let's rename this to project folder. Path. Is that?
This is, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, time to rotate.
All right. Valentine.
Before we start, so I remember last time in retrospective we said we want to take a break after an hour or something. So what do we want to do?
That is a good point. Should we do a 5-minute break?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pull this up and say. See you in 5.
There was that ping again.
What was that, Robert?
I thought I heard that ping again.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not sure if it was. I'm not sure if it was the same.
Any sound for you that time?
No.
Hey,
I maybe should choose a faster instance. This one just seems a bit sluggy.
is this different than the instance we had before?
It's the same level of machine as before. I'm just noticing so much slugginess.
All right. We can try playing around with a faster instance.
It's my money, so.
All right. Tony, you're navigating in Valentine?
Oh, okay, cool then. So we started. Cool. It looks to me that we want to do some refactoring.
Wait a second. That
Uh,
looks like it just changed when we started it. Can you hit the
I
Can you hit
change.
the timer for a second?
Oh, okay.
Jay is navigating Valentine.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
swear it said Tony a second ago, though.
Yeah, I swear I saw my name on there too.
Mhm.
Yes, something.
All right, Jay.
Maybe we could be all now. Okay.
Valentine, do something great. All right, so we have a passing test right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, we don't need the comment on 29. So I'm happy with 30. Like it is I want to rename the variable on 30, but so let's do that.
You want to
Rename it to.
encapsulate that entire thing into a method, though?
Excuse me.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that for 30 through 32. Get. I think I actually want the path
Visgraph
only.
location?
I don't know. I don't think Visgraph. I think I want the NuGet packages.
But this is getting the Visgraph location.
Yeah, I think that's not what I want.
Okay.
So let's cancel this, fix that, and then extract the correct method.
Okay, fair enough.
So you're going to pull GraphViz out of line 31 and add it on to 34. And there's a question that we have to decide as a group about how we handle path manipulation. Like there's all this text out there that says.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
So should I use path combine or simple concatenation? I like path combine.
For now, concatenation, then we'll talk about how we manipulate paths. So yeah, append that there. The thing that, I'll enter that. The thing that Valentine is asking about is exactly the right question. Oh, you can do that. ReSharper will do that for you.
Oh.
Yeah, let's do it once for our audience or whatever. So undo and then hit Alt Enter and convert. Not quite that one.
Oh,
To verbatim. There you go. And now we can extract the method.
Is control, what's the control RM? Control shift?
Control RM, yep. Get NuGet packages path.
Except Ogita.
So let me do this. Go ahead.
So get NuGet package.
Packages. Path.
Lowercase. Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Parameters.
Nope. That's
Still
it.
good. And then let's inline better name.
Yep.
That's Control RI. And
That is
Control Enter format.
the sound. So let's click on the thing on the timer.
Did you hear sound?
I did not hear sound.
Okay. I tried to muck about it.
Can we add Ogita to the rotation?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I can't see anybody's name. Is that right?
Yeah. All right. And then Tony, you're navigating, Jay's driving.
Okay, thanks. So sounds like we got a get and you get package path, and we got the GraphV's path. So it looks to me that
I think you guys
go ahead.
You guys forgot to start the timer.
Oh,
Did
thank
we?
you.
Oh, my bad.
Sound.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay. So as far as I can see, raster layout command.
Tony, may I suggest something? I think before that we were suggesting to format the document because there are some weird spacing issues.
Yeah.
What's the shortcut for a format document?
Should be Control Alt Enter for ReSharper.
So can you try that? Tony, can.
Sure, yeah. But okay, so why do we want to format the document again? I got a little bit lost on there.
It wants to get rid of the blank spaces in the middle.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
I'll show you. Before, see right here, there's no space right there.
Oh, I see.
With the rest, Control Enter.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah, there should be a shortcut for it. Yeah, thanks. I think we can do a little bit better in terms of hiding some complexity, because all of the get process query, get the process star info query, and rest the layout plugin command.
Yep.
All of that. The reason all of that just to get the wrapper.
Keep going.
Yeah. So even line 30. So from line 23 to line
all the
30.
Way to 32. All the way to 32.
All the way. All the way.
All of this is get visgraph generator.
Yeah. So now this thing getting a little bit much better. Okay. So.
Sorry. I keep flipping those two words, but it's GraphViz.
I think we want to call it GraphViz, right? GraphViz, get GraphViz generator. Yep, cool. So now it looks much better. One other thing we want to do is we want to separate between the arrange act and assert. So the line 26, you want to give it an extra slide. Yep. So I think that's all we can do for the test. What's left is
Wrapper
we
can
need
use a better name.
Wrapper, you better name. Oh, you mean GraphViz wrapper? What should we name it?
GraphViz would be good enough.
Okay, so GraphViz then. Yeah. Cool.
What about the variable better name on line 45?
Oh yeah, no, we don't want a better name.
Yes. Inline that whole thing too. Though. Like better name can inline.
Yeah, we can inline that. Inline better because we don't need that. It's not really necessary now. Project folder, I think we still want it because we want to explicitly. So
This is
we
actually
want
the
to rename it.
packages folder, though.
Actually,
Yeah.
to the packages
Yeah.
folder indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, because we still want to explicitly tell people we're looking for packages folder. So we should rename that as a packages folder. We still want a variable.
Yeah.
So the same thing for line 43, we still want assembly locations. So I probably could change it to graph generation assembly locations. Or maybe graph views assembly location to be more explicit about what assembly location is for. So something graph views assembly locations.
This is the GraphViz wrapper assembly location, not the GraphViz, because we don't have the actual.
Okay.
No, this is not the wrapper location. This is the GraphViz location.
Oh, okay.
The wrapper allows us to talk to GraphViz through C#. The GraphViz just literally puts executables directly on the machine.
But the variable on 43 is the GraphViz wrapper.
The variable on 43?
43 is the GraphViz wrapper assembly location.
No, it's not.
The code says so.
Oh, wait, sorry. You're right. Sorry, yes it is.
Yeah.
Wait, because that's we're getting where that's located.
Okay, so then I think it's time to switch the rotating driver.
Tony,
So I will click now.
Before you begin, I want to have just a short chat with folks about how we do path manipulation. Like Valentine said earlier, should we use path combine on 37 instead of string concatenation? And there's a related question about whether you should use path get directory name on 44 instead of ... And for some people, this is like a principle or hygiene thing. I've never been able to find a good argument one way or another. So I'm going to ask the group what people think.
Well, the idea was to try this and then try actually walking back the path until we find packages. And I think that this question obsoletes when we do that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
how about 37?
37. Oh, that should be a path.combine. Yeah, because more robust.
Another question, if I recall correctly, Luan, you had a hard stop.
I have a hard stop at 12. Yeah, I have a timer set for our retro.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start up the timer. Let's deal with 37
so I will put the timer
first.
now.
Yep.
Okay.
On line 37, yeah, let's do in front of the NuGet packages, it's going to be a path.combined.
Path.combine, okay.
Not compile, combine.
Oh, combine, okay.
Yeah, there you are. And then instead of the plus, you do a comma.
Okay.
And we no longer need the backslash. Which means we no longer...
yeah, you don't need that anymore. So we don't need this.
Need that either, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then let's run this, just see it pass. And then do a commit so we can try the reverse.
I have more cleanup to do before we commit.
Okay.
Okay, so what?
I mean, not that commit is bad, just before we try the next.
Let's do a commit, and then we can do a cleanup and commit again.
That's fine.
Hit the cat. Let's do a commit.
Okay, so what is the hotkey to do the commit?
No, just do it in the GitHub.
Oh, do it in the GitHub? I assume that the GitHub
is
the
first cat, yeah. And then summary is going to be, so this is a feature at this point, so capital F.
Yeah.
And visgraph image created.
Arlo now does 3 spaces here.
Oh, 3 space?
Yeah.
Graph V's image
Right, yeah, thank you. I'm gonna keep saying it wrong, but if you keep fixing it, eventually my brain will flip.
Yeah, you just need some muscle memory, I think.
And
So
then
probably
let's just have everybody type in their username.
Tell us one at a time who's going to do it.
So
Okay.
you're up first, Tony.
Okay, so
No, not there. In the person plus.
oh, in a person plus. Okay.
No, not there. So right above the blue commit to pipelines, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
And
This
then
one, right?
you're still in, yeah, there.
Yep.
All right,
That's me.
I will do the next one.
Okay.
So wait, where's my mouse? There it is.
I kind of want to search and make it turn gray or
All right,
something.
next, how about Valentine?
Okay.
And then Robert, you'll be next. And then Ogita.
I think it's Ogika then.
Yeah.
All right. And is that everyone? Yep. So
Sure.
commit to pipeline.
Okay.
Tony, you're
Commit
back to driving.
Sure. Commit to pipeline.
All right.
Done.
And now let's go back to the code. What's your other cleanups, Jay? Jay is out of the room. So let's
Okay.
start.
There's a
He's
green
there.
squiggle. Do what the green squiggle says.
Go back to the code and let's find the green squiggle.
Go back to the code. So you mean this one?
The test.
This one.
That one, yeah.
Under the new.
Click on the green squiggle on 35.
We need to rotate.
Oh, rotate.
Oh yes.
All right. I'm
I
driving.
just step away.
Robert
Yes.
is navigating.
Okay. So click on that green squiggle on line 35.
Ooh,
Oh.
that did not work.
And then Alt Enter, I guess.
Use object initializer.
Object initializer.
Not sure what that does.
Yeah,
did it
I don't
does?
see it much clearer than actually. I like the previous version better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of like that better too. Other people's votes. Give me thumb votes up or down. Do you like it? Do you
That
not like
seems-
it? All right.
Can you flip between the two?
So the key difference here is line 37. When I do object initializer, sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. When I do object initializer, you'll learn line 37 gets combined into line 38.
We hit Control Enter and format it and see if it looks any better.
Control Alt Enter.
Nope, that did not help. Never mind. I was expecting the actual initialization part to be on separate lines, but it's better.
All right.
Okay, so I like the previous version.
This is the previous
I also
version.
want to try inlining the variables on 32 and 33.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's Control RI.
Yep.
Yeah,
And on line 32 as well. Yeah, seems good to me.
All right.
You want to run the test, or do we trust?
yeah. I mean, we trust, but we still run the test. Trust but verify.
Trust but verify. So presidential of you, Llewellyn.
No reason to be insulting.
I'm happy with how this code has been cleaned up, except
I'm
we need
not.
to rename the file. You have more?
Can we rename the class 1 file?
Yeah. So let's. Can we?
Yes,
That one.
that would be great.
I was wondering whether extracting a local. Oh, talk about it in a sec. So we want to get rid of the comment on 17 as well. What I'm trying to figure out is whether extracting a local variable for 39 for the path, and then I'm going to leave it. I think that we have decided we don't like changing that.
Can you also remove the unnecessary usings? Sorry.
Yeah.
Good.
Happy to do all this. Oh. I have to be really careful with my keyboard bindings. Okay, and then. Come on. Okay, well, that's not working. I don't seem to have the ability to type right now.
Okay, so we have to rotate it.
Yeah, true.
Well, it's time to rotate anyways. Saved by Bell.
I can type. So what should I type?
Yeah, Robert, you're up. Can you start the timer? Ogita, you're navigating?
Yeah.
So we did
Unmuted?
only refactorings. Sorry.
Do you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm navigating, right?
Yep.
So if I understood well, now it's a cleaning time, right? And committing. Okay, so we want to commit this one, right?
Yep.
So far.
We've already been committed.
Yeah. Okay. Then go back to the code, to the class. It's a test one, right? Should we continue cleaning, right?
I feel like we're getting to the end of the cleaning. Is there anything people are wanting to do still? Yeah. So now we
Seems
want
like
to do
that
it
one.
so that
Yeah.
that, instead of just going back 4, goes back until it finds a packages directory.
Okay, so maybe we can introduce this one, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to do a recursive loop or a for loop. For loop is good enough.
Okay. So we want to go through this location, right? For each graph.
So we want to commit before we start doing that, or I mean, we want to commit.
We did commit before.
We did commit. Okay.
Okay.
So the parent, the directory that you're getting on line 38, you want to keep going up a step until you find a directory that has a packages directory.
Okay. So for each, so we want to find the package, right?
Yeah.
In that directory. So for each pack.
But it's not going to be a for each. It's going to be like a while. Right? But first, get the directory you're in. Check if it has the packages directory, and if not, go up a parent.
So we can do the while we are in this package, right?
Yep.
Package folder. So let's go. So while grep with assembly location, right?
While. What's the syntax for that? I use this or while?
It's while and then go with the. Does it offer anything?
So the directory name that you get from the path, you need to pull that out as a variable before you get to the while loop. That's your starting point.
So to introduce the variable from on the line 43, right?
On line 44, we have the
44.
piece that we actually need to step through in the middle
Yeah.
of that code. We have to separate it. Yeah, that.
Okay, so we can.
You have to do that before the while loop.
Yeah.
But we're at time. Rotate. So Gita is driving, and Valentin is navigating.
Sorry, I was muted. So get the directory we're in. So we need.
You gotta do that before the path. This is the starting directory.
Yeah.
Okay.
So say assign a variable to this one.
You can just say .var. Do that and then say type .var.
.var.
Oh, no,
right?
paste the thing.
Yeah.
.var. Yep. Sure.
Replace. Yeah. Is this okay?
I'm not sure if. Let's leave it like that, or name it foo, and we'll change it later to a more. So we want. So we check if the directory name has a packages directory. How do we check that?
So we can check if a file exists.
Okay, or directory exists?
We know the directory exists. We need to know if the file exists. It's the same thing though, right? Checking if a file.exists, directory.exists. There might be a directory.exists. Try it.
Can you type, so say directory capital D, directory.exists.
Okay, so like this, right?
Yep.
But
This one?
no, so I think it's packages. But wait, compared to
this one?
let me think.
We need to do a path.combine.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So use path capital P. No.
No,
So
before this.
Yeah. Delete directory name. Put the path that combine and put that first parameter is directory name, and second parameter is the string packages. So while it has to be if this directory doesn't exist, go up. So can you negate the condition? So put a bang in front of the directory exists.
So to put the like this?
I want to, yeah, it's
Inside, but yes.
Yeah. even though we might need to check if we don't find and then we fail with an exception, I assume. If we don't find it at all.
We'll get there.
Yeah, okay. So go to line 43. And you say, how do you go up a directory? You say, okay.
Directory has a get parent.
Okay.
Time to rotate.
Time to rotate. So I'm gonna take over. Jay,
Do path.get directory.
directory name.
Not directory name. Well, we used it earlier, right?
It was directory.get parent. I think.
Oh, I guess we do get directory name. Yeah, on 40.
Get parent. Yep.
Okay.
And
I don't think we want to do this. This is getting us a directory info, which is going to confuse everything, and we're so far at least we've been doing just strings.
it's okay. You can get a name from the directory info.
Okay. So put directory name in here, and then do dot whatever the
Full name.
and assign that to directory name. And then on 45, we can remove all the dot stuff. Remove everything. Yeah, all the slash dot, but keep the packages. No.
Shouldn't we, for consistency, use the same path.combine as on line 41?
Yep.
In a minute. Undo.
Okay.
We lost that thing that was important. Remove the slash dots, but not the packages. Yeah. Oh, no, leave the last slash.
Oh,
And I want to see this pass before we move on.
Yep.
Control UU.
Yep.
Yeah, it's passing.
Cool. Let's improve it. So 45, let's switch to path combine.
Want it to be smoother, but
I do see we have some duplication between 41 and 45,
yeah.
but we can think about that in a minute. Let's delete the comments on 37. I'm guessing that the green squiggle on 38 is talking about null, but can you check?
Yes.
I'm okay with that. I'm a little bit worried about an infinite loop here. If for some reason there's no
So
packages
instead of putting packages, put packages 2, and let's see what happens with an infinite loop.
Sure, let's do that.
Well, if you keep going up, eventually the path will be empty, right?
Let's find out. Put packages 2. I think it's going to throw an exception, but we'll find out. Like, no reason to guess.
Thank you. And I think we're okay with an exception.
I'm very okay with an exception.
This is not a real scenario that we want to care for, and it's going to explode in the right place, and then people can diagnose.
Time to rotate.
Yep. All right. Let's commit. Actually, we have to do retro. So let's do a commit. Do you mind driving for the retro, Jay?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's good. Capital R bang bang. Possible R without the bangs, but it feels like a dangerous refactoring. By the way, we tried both ways, both the grab the thing and recurse up. Does anyone want to go back to the way we were doing it the first time, or are people happier with the walk the tree? Okay. I'm also happier with the tree. I just want to check in. Let's go to a, yeah, there we go, mind map. All right. Pull up the retro, create new.
It's loading scripts.
All right, and you can just put finished PNG. All right, so what did people observe?
Actually, before going further for the retro, I have a question. Like, so what is the goal of our mob programming though? What are we aiming to? Like, why do we want to do this one in the first place?
This is a good question. So what are your goals? I mean, you're the one mob programming with us.
Yes. So for me, because I've been following you like well, should I call you like well? How do I like
Lou Ellen.
Ellen? Like well,
Yeah.
okay, like well, sorry. Yeah, because I've been following you like well a little bit. So that is why I know I can basically learn a lot from these mob programming. So that is my one of the and
So let's just put learning under there.
Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of amazed me how a lot of different people kind of come together, and actually I can learn quite a bit from a different person too. So that kind of amazed me.
So in terms of that,
sorry.
One of the things that's been interesting to me, can you under different people coming together? So we are now at 6 hours of working together. That is less than a single day. Like it feels like, because it's been spread over right, over these 2-week increments, it feels like closer to a month. But the truth is, it's 6 hours of time together. If we were working at a company, we would be on like day 1. And if you look at because the first video is on the YouTube. If you look at the video, like nobody here was doing good with C#. People weren't doing good with pipelines. People weren't doing good working together. Like none of those are the problems we're having right now. We're still having problems, right? Like it's not like everything is glamorous and glorious. But for less than 1 day of working together, like we're starting to feel like a team. We're able to get from 0 to Twitch in like, I think it was like 15 to 18 minutes today. We're not having problems going around the project. We're not having problems figuring out like how to like give commands to each other or like what everyone's saying. We're still like, there's still the programming is causing some friction. But again, for 1 day of a team working together, I am so impressed with everybody. This is fantastic.
But I guess one of the reasons why I asked the question is the goal is because, like, what are we trying to accomplish? When do we know we have accomplished the goal? Because the other thing is, for me, I would love to continue this one, but we working on actual project and we actually contribute something to open source. But then I know because as far as I can tell, the main driver right now is Jay and Live Violin. So what are we trying to accomplish, I guess?
So I mean, so this gets to everyone else. For everyone else, why are you here?
Well, same reason as for Tony, to learn a lot. And what I appreciate here as well is that I've done some mobbing with my teams. Usually, I am the most senior developer. What I appreciate here is that I'm in a context in which I'm one of the juniors, quite new to C#, etc. And I like to also experience mobbing from that perspective.
For me, it's the fact
So what are
that,
things that? Oh, sorry, Valentin, I didn't mean to cut you off. Can you say again though, but turn up your volume?
I don't think I have. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for me it was experiencing the mobbing, because I don't have any experience in the mobbing. So I would love to have in-person experience in mobbing, but the situation, yeah. So that's my main thing for me. The main thing for me.
Jay, when you type, your typing is quite loud, so maybe you could mute while typing.
Gita, why are you here?
Trying to. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, my keys were for some reason. Okay, so what I love about why I'm joining is this is one of the ways I like to contribute to the open source. And the other way why I love working with you and just the mob programming, I find it very good as a like psychology safe environment where you can get out of the comfort zone and learn a lot from different people and just feel like regular. It's like playing a game, but on in the programming term.
Yeah.
So I find it very useful.
So from my perspective, I'm here for two reasons. One is when you mob live, it is actually really hard to record a session, and so they're very. When people are like, "What's it like to mob together?" Like, usually the answer is like, you just have to join a session and try it. Like, it doesn't translate well. So I like the fact that like we have something recorded. There are very few recorded mobs, like just out, like just period, right? Like in the very beginning when we first made the video of the time lapse of mob programming in like, so we have like a 3-minute video of the time lapse of the first hunter mob, right? And when Woody and I were making the video, you know, it was just because like it was so foreign that people didn't even have a concept of what it looked like. So we sped up the whole day. We couldn't share the actual code. But that's often the case with mobs, right? Because often you're working on proprietary systems. You can't actually show the code that you're working on. You can't actually show the conversations. So I like that we actually have that recorded. I feel like that's important and useful. And the other thing is, despite having facilitated quite a lot of in-person mobs, I have not facilitated that many remote mobs, right? Like under 10 times. Versus over 1,500 times. And so I am very interested in just learning. Yeah, this is the first video. I'm just interested in learning what that looks like. And then the third thing for me is I want pipelines. Like I want the code we're writing. So like those are my goals. You want to unmute and tell us what your goals are, Mr. J?
You hear me okay now? Correctly operating mute. Yeah, you know, Lavelle and I have been working on this project for a while, and I thought maybe we will learn something new, get a new perspective on what we're doing, from other folks being involved. They'll have an insight about how we can make it better, or they'll help us see why it matters in a way that we can't currently see. Or when we try to explain it to them, we'll learn a new thing about how to explain it, something like that.
Yeah.
And when you say the project, you mean specifically the approval test project?
Specifically
The
the
pipelines
pipelines
project.
Oh, the pipeline project. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I know that we kind of working on the pipeline project, but I didn't know exactly what is it though. But then I guess as we get deeper and deeper, you guys will definitely explain
more
it
and
to
more.
us better. Yep. Cool.
So I was really curious about this one thing that I think Robert said. Good experience with more senior folks. So when you're in your mob, you said you're the senior developer, and you said in this context you're less senior, which makes complete sense, right? Because a lot of seniority is context, right? So I'm curious, what are the things that what are the differences that are like standing out to you?
What I appreciated to see in the first session is that despite having very little context, we made a jump start and just started coding and started to build and see that context along the way, and even, but you can still proceed by just looking at the red scribbly lines and looking at pattern matching, and although you actually don't really understand the code that you're working on,
Yeah.
you can still make progress while you're trying to catch up.
The thing you said about pattern matching, I feel, is so critical for that. So, like when I'm working in languages that I either don't understand at all or barely understand, very often, right around what I want to do is another example of it being done. Right? So, like, I'm not sure how to call a method, but of course, like one of the next lines below you probably already calls a method, so I can see how it's done there. Or I don't know how to set a variable, but like, so that pattern matching is just so powerful. All right.
Yeah.
All of this is under goals of mob programming. Should we also talk about what happened today? All right. So, what were your observations for what happened today?
I felt that we were going a bit slow with all the path magic that we were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it was slow, but it felt slow.
I feel like we did a lot of cleanup today.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the reasons it feels slow. Cleaning up technical debt is always, like, it always feels slow. Because creating technical debt feels fast. But I feel like the
Okay,
code we have now
was really good, Llewellyn. Should say that again. Cleaning up technical debt feels slow
Is
while
it good?
making it feels fast.
Because creating technical debt is fast.
You don't even recognize you create a technical debt. Only 6 months later, you realize who the idiot that wrote this code, and then you check the Git annotation. It is you who wrote this code. So, yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
now we can blame the mob. We cannot blame individual people.
It's all of our faults.
We can play.
Well, I mean, so an interesting thing to me is I thought we were really close, and it still feels like we were really close, but we definitely had a lot of, like, we did that fake of just a hard-coded path. And to move that to actually detecting the path took us 2 hours. And so it definitely wasn't as close as I thought it was. I think I'm optimistic about deadlines.
I would say, I mean, if we do it by ourselves, it's probably a little bit faster because I think you could do the research and then you could do the research your own and then you could fix it. But then the problem here is the people like me or the people that doesn't have the context on the C#, then I think it would be like the knowledge isn't spread to me. Like I wouldn't be able to learn and pick up all of the tricks that you guys know because I'm completely new to C#, right? So
So I mean, so first of all, when you say if you did it on your own, I think what you meant is like if me or Jay did it on our own, right? You're
yeah,
not saying
yeah.
that like if Tony did it on his own, it would be
No,
another
no, because I don't have context on this, so it will take me more than 3 or 4 days.
But you are right. Like there is a especially because we're still in the first 6 hours, right? Like there is a dispersal of growing up the team so that we can do it. This goes back to that growing your wizard concept, right? Like when you're playing a game, in the beginning, you're taking weaker characters and making them stronger. So in the end, that team dominates the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I should note is because my team they hiring a lot, and one of the key method that we use to spread the knowledge is we do a mob programming at the beginning. So I haven't found any other method that is more effective than mob programming to actually spread the knowledge at the beginning. So
yeah, I have to totally agree with that. Like for onboarding, this is
yeah.
I mean, like we have one of the things that usually happens in the beginning of onboarding is you set up a computer, right? And we would easily spend 6 hours just getting everybody set up on this computer, which we haven't had to do at all.
Yeah. And also there's a lot of, I don't know, I guess the sharing of the context, because like when you work on a specific context on a code base, there is some kind of like contextism that people need to kind of like aware of. So that is the best way to kind of let them know as well.
Yeah. Okay, I do need to run in really quick, so I'd like to set up our next schedule. We've been working on a 2 week cadence, which by default would put us at the 20th of June. Does that work for everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
So one thing I want to confirm, yes, that works for me. Is this a code that we're going to do actually contribute to open source? Well, that's pretty cool to me.
Yes.
Cool.
We are yes. The only reason this is not currently in a NuGet package is simply because we're still on the branch dealing with the we still haven't addressed the .NET issue.
Cool.
But yes, absolutely, this is open source package. It is on NuGet. The first thing we did is in there.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks.
I have one question.
Yeah.
For some, just related to the AnyDesk and the Zoom.
Yes.
And do we need to use also another monitor? Because at this point, for instance, I can't switch between either Zoom or AnyDesk, and I see what is going on in any.
So for me, I have to have Zoom on my computer because otherwise I can't Twitch stream it. But for everyone else, I highly suggest put Zoom on your phone or tablet, and then do the AnyDesk on your computer.
Okay, cool.
It makes it a lot easier. And there's 2 ways you can do phone stands. There's like a little $10 phone stand you can get on Amazon. Sort of has like a swing hitch that I really like. But then the other thing is like you can take a toilet paper roll and put 2 slices in it, and it also works really good as a phone stand. I think that's your 2 extremes, like from hack to fancy. Yeah.
I really like. I really like having the gallery view of everybody else on a second screen next to the camera, so that when I want to talk to people, I turn and look at them, and it looks like I'm looking at them.
And you get that for free if you put it on your phone. because your phone will be over to the side. It works out really well. All right, I got to run. It's been great. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks.
Good.
Good.
Thanks, everyone.